noches, aficionados! From Malmo, Magnus versus the 14-year-old prodigy from Turkey, Erdgomus, if I say that correctly. A weighted game. Even though rapid blitz is going on in Poland, this seems to always overshadow Magnus' aura is there. But very interesting game. Let's get to it. Alright, it was d4, d5, protecting. Okay, look at this position here. Okay, what's going to happen? Takes, uh, takes over, and I think this is a key moment. Key moment. Getting rid of the queens early. It was a process of elimination. This was going to be in their mind an end game with pawns from the beginning, and it was going to be king versus bishop ending. And this is where precision, the end game king would be Magnus here. We shall see what transpired. Let's just continue. Okay, again, they are basically what I'm seeing is this type of thing is done in order to eliminate as many pieces. They went for elimination of pieces to have an end game with pawn. Look at the pawn islands. They're the same pawn islands. There's two pawn islands for white and two pawn islands for black. No, three, excuse me. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. Here's 1, 2. And the bishop is kind of acting as a pawn for both sides. You see this? You see this? This is the deep thinking of such a endgame master as Magnus. You've got this bishop acting both in different capacities. He can be taken on the left or the right, depending on what is going to be necessary. Okay? So now we have 2 pawn islands versus 3 technically, because these are not connected. Okay, let's continue. While black is moving the bishop around, white, winning Magnus, is quietly moving up his pawns. Look at the positions. These doubles, like pawns, they're ready for a better positioning than having pawns like this. Okay? So this is the endgame master with pawns. And we must read a book on pawn game endings, because this definitely was steered towards a pawn endgame. Okay, here we go. So now we have a endgame of pawns, the bishop versus the knight. Look at the technique of Magnus. He continues moving up his pawn, but equally together. They're facing each other side by side. Whoever was his pawn teacher, I need to know. Who was his pawn teacher? Like, who was his main pawn coach? We need to find that out. Anybody know out there, please let us know. Okay? Okay, now this pawn is stuck until this knight moves. Here we still have a position. This bishop is in a good spot in the middle. Like Hikaru says, he's got the shield. He's got the shield. All right. Now he's using the king, active king. He's quite the active king right now. Now he wants to have a runaway pawn with black. Okay. You know that is a runaway pawn. But, ladies and gentlemen, look at the ending square. It's white square. Look at this bishop. It's a white bishop. At any point in time, if this bishop can go here or stay here, and if it's on this line, it's going to end up here, or if it's on this line, it can end up here. Either way, it's going to be eaten up. Let's continue. Again, you got to have nerve of steel, obviously. He's really going for it. So he ate that pawn because he wants to have an exit way. This bishop, this king cannot protect both sides. Okay, it's very far away. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So it looks like black is going to win. But wait a minute. Okay. So this was like a decoy. He went after this pawn because one more would be very interesting. A very interesting game. Very clever, tricky, sneaky. I would say Magnus is very clever, tricky, and sneaky. But he does it in a way that's fast. You see, you gotta be a fast, clever, sneaky, tricky. That's clever, sneaky, tricky. That's CST. He's a CST guy. Alright? Now he's got the pawns. We're one away, but no problem. This is where he activates. See, he had to entice this knight so this bishop would have clearance to be over here. So by moving out the knight and taking that pawn over there, this bishop is free to be in time to do this. Okay, so we're stuck here. He wants to become a queen, no problem. So he's trying to move this over. Is he going to be able to stop? He's not in the right position. Look, this is a black square. One more, he's not landing on a black a square that fast. Okay? And it's over, ladies and gentlemen. This is how Magnus Carlsen won against the 14-year-old prodigy. Very clever, sneaky, tricky Magnus, but on turbo speed. Yeah, the speed is where it gets you. So you gotta be clever, sneaky, tricky. Plus, not only that, we gotta have speed. Now, too bad he's not in the rapid blitz. Oh well, maybe next time. Thanks for watching.